Welcome, everyone. I'm Professor Hoffman. I'm a faculty member here on campus, and I'm also the director of the new program that we have. And I wanted to take a little time to introduce that program to you today. So I'm going to share my screen and show some slides so that I remember what to say. Here we go. Come on, slides. Great. So we are super excited to introduce FUERTE to the UC Santa Barbara undergraduate community. It's a special program that's designed to introduce people and support students as they pursue their interests in conservation biology or environmental sciences. And FUERTE stands for Field-based Undergraduate Engagement through Research, Teaching, and Education. Dr. Formasa at the ONDAS Center and Transfer Center is also involved with the program. And we also have a cohort of FUERTE mentors who will eventually work with undergrads in a research setting and be direct mentors to you. So they'll also later be speaking after me. Today we have with us Janine Chamorro, Sochi Claire, Adrian McDonald, and Erin De Leon Sanchez. And each one of those speakers today will be sharing parts of their journey of how doing research as an undergraduate kind of pulled them along the path that they're on now. So just to provide a brief overview of the program, I can't emphasize to you how excited I am about this, because this is a program that is directly meant for you as an undergraduate to help you get into this field. And it's not just some kind of like, yeah, show up some classes, it'll be really boring, whatever, but it's a program that is designed to provide really deep and rich and substantial research experiences to pay you a stipend in the summer while you do things, and also to cover your housing so that you don't have to have a summer job in order to participate. The reason we can do this is because my colleagues and I, other professors, wrote a grant to the U.S. National Science Foundation, a federal agency that funds basic science like geology and marine biology and ecology. And they gave us this big grant to help us literally take action to pull your generation into conservation science and environmental science. And while we do that, we really are highlighting fieldwork as a way to build your career and to figure out how you might work in these fields. And personally, I feel like now more than ever, we need you to get involved in issues like climate change, environmental justice, and conservation biology. It's important for the planet. It's important for all the services that we get from the earth and from the ocean. So this couldn't come at a better time. So I'm super excited to be able to bring this opportunity to our campus. But now you say, really? Tell me more. And I'm like, okay, I will. I love Science Cat. So just to give you a little preview about how FUERTE will actually work, it's a program across campus that is open to all students, whether you're an ES major, pre-bio, whatever your biological interests are. We're going to have the application process open sometime in winter or early spring. And the way it works is that FUERTE will have cohorts of 10 people, so 10 students who will be accepted as the FUERTE Fellows. And then for 3 progressive summers, with also some activities during the academic year, FUERTE provides support for 3 really cool and amazing experiences to build your background in fieldwork and in science. One is a 2-week field trip, a big kind of like intense experience in field research at the Sierra Nevada Aquatic Research Lab, SNARL, which is on one of the University of California's Natural Marine Reserve, the Valentine Reserve up in the Eastern Sierras, kind of north of Bishop. The second one is a really big research experience doing a project in environmental science here on campus with one of the mentors in one of the labs here. So maybe you'd be rocking it in the ocean with one of our mentors, or maybe you'd be working in the Sierra Nevadas with one of our mentors. But the idea is to give you the real experience of doing a research project that involves fieldwork and environmental science. The third opportunity is really about broadening your horizons and broadening your view of how you might use your degree and use your experience in environmental science to get a job. And here we have agreements from about 30 partner organizations to set up internships, paid internships, stipend and housing while you do this, with groups like the U.S. Forest Service, the National Park Service. The rangers up in Yosemite were like, yes, we want that, you know, and NOAA, the Nature Conservancy, lots of organizations, even some political groups like the Ocean Science Trust, who work more in policy, were really interested in having a mentor, intern come to their group. So that last internship really is built to kind of round out where you might go with these experiences. Other elements of the program, just real quickly, include you know, getting to interface with scientists who are visible role models to you, that people from all backgrounds work in this area. We'll have additional supporting activities going on through ONDAS and the Transfer Student Center. We'll have some regular classes showing up in the EEMB catalog during the years. We also want to engage with your families so that we can talk to them about your interests and where your career trajectory might be going, so that we can, you know, assure your parents you're going to get a job someday. And there's lots of professional development, how to have a good CV, how to, you know, pursue different opportunities. And in the end, we just really want to be there to mentor your generation into these really important careers in environmental science and conservation biology. So with that, I'm going to stop my share and hand it off to our first speaker, Janine. Yeah. Janine Chamorro is a graduate student in my lab, and she's going to talk to you about how she got involved and how research and fieldwork helped her get on her path.
Janine, I think you're muted. Can you guys see my screen? Can you hear me? Okay, cool. Hi everyone, my name is Janine and I'm a graduate student in the Hoffman Lab. So I guess my journey started as a little kid. I would watch these nature documentaries and I would see these people out in the field in places like Alaska or the rainforest, and I would think, I want to be that person. But I feel like you always see these people, but you never see how those people got there. And being a first generation college student, that was kind of like, it was kind of difficult for me to figure out, how do I get to that position? And as one of my goals is to kind of make that journey for anyone that I interact with just easier. And I just really want to help people achieve their goals, whatever they may be in science, with whatever, doesn't matter what your background is. So again, I wanted to be that person that was like studying these animals. And as a first generation college student, I knew that I probably had to get a degree in science to do this. So when I first graduated from high school, I went to my local community college. Unfortunately, at community colleges, there isn't that much opportunity to do research. But what's really awesome about this program, or when you do get to a four-year university like UCSB, is that there are just an insane amount of research opportunities that you can be a part of. And it's a little bit unfortunate that sometimes you have to do some digging, but with FUERTE, I think we're really trying to put this out there and be like a resource for anyone who is trying to have a career in environmental sciences or conservation. So when I transferred to UC Davis, that's really when I started getting involved in fieldwork. I worked with some terrestrial systems. So like I worked with some wood ducks. I then got involved in some marine systems, and I think this is where I really discovered that I think this is where I want to be, and I want to be a scientist. And I also, not only did I discover like I want to do marine science, but there's the space for me here. I met a lot of people along the way that just provided so much support, professors, graduate students, that made me realize that I can do this, and I have support of a lot of people, from a lot of people. So I think all of us FUERTE mentors really want to be that support system for you if you're looking to have a career in environmental science. So yeah, and if you guys have any questions about Fuerte or anything academic field, I'm here. I'm a resource. But yeah, I really, yeah.
Yay, that was fantastic. I love it when you said you belong here, because you do. And that's part of what one of Fuerte's goals is to really make that abundantly clear and to build the bridge so that we have more people from different backgrounds working in environmental science and conservation science. It's critical. All right, man. Guys, I have to run to my next thing. So I hand it over to Adrian now to be our moderator. And this is awesome. I think we need to do this live on Instagram or something, just to say,
Cool.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Peace out.
All right, thanks Janine for the awesome presentation. I think we're gonna go ahead and move forward and hear Sochi's journey to grad school. So whenever you're ready.
Sochi.
Hi, everyone. That was such a wonderful story, Janine. Thank you so much for sharing. I'm so happy to be a Fuerte mentor. I am Sochi Claire, and I am a fourth year PhD student in the Hoffman Lab with Gretchen and Janine and others you're going to hear from as well. And I guess I'm just going to tell you briefly about my journey. And I think the constant that has been the case for the past several years is that I have a lot of interests. And I think I've started to realize not to be shy about those many interests and to just to be bold and see, what can you do? And so like you, I've been in the UC system. I'm going into the UC system, as an undergrad with, the desire to do theater and marine biology. And so over the 5 years that I was at the UC Santa Cruz, I was able to investigate both of those. So actually, I'm going to share a slide with you. Let's see. And while I am a PhD student here at UC Santa Barbara, I was able to still bridge both of those things. And so from doing field work here, we're really well positioned to do a lot of different kinds of marine work. That's what I ended up focusing on. And there, like Janine said, there's just so many people here willing and ready to support you. And I found that, wow, there are a lot of faculty across the board interested in talking about ways that we can use theater as a tool to teach marine science. Because for me, I actually really didn't get, my first, ocean experiences until college. But it was like those movies, those clips, those videos, the storytelling that brought me into marine science. And so that's why I want to continue to use theater as a tool. And that's something that I've been able to do here at UCSB. However, at UC Santa Cruz, that's where I really, as an undergrad, same shoes that you are in, was able to build that perspective and to really see, wow, what kinds of science can I do? What kinds of art can I do? And it turns out that there is a lot. And so I know that right now it probably feels so overwhelming. I remember my first days of school thinking like every single club, every single organization. But that's the wonderful part about Fuerte, is that we're going to be here to help you focus and find what you want to do and how you want to do it. And the sky is the limit. So I'm so excited to continue to work with y'all. And I think it's going to be a really different, if we're honest, but I think it'll still be a wonderful school year.
Awesome. Thank you so much for that explanation. And I really enjoyed those pictures and hearing your journey. So I think next up we have Erin. Is that? I don't have like the schedule in front of me, but.
Yeah, I can go. I'm gonna share my screen. Okay. And then, is it? Okay, can you guys see that?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right, so hi, I'm Erin. I'm one of the mentors. I am a first-gen Filipina, and I went to UC Davis for undergrad. And like Janine and like Sochi, you know, research, it didn't just like come to me. It took some figuring out to do. So while I was at UC Davis, I was in a program called UC Leads, which is a program that is designed to help educationally and economically disadvantaged students get into advanced degrees. And I started off, like many first-gen students do, in a career that I wasn't sure about, or in a field I wasn't sure about. I started in biomedical sciences, researching cardiac myocytes and proteins in cardiac myocytes, because I was so set on going into biomedical research. It was just what was safe for my future, my family, my finances, which is a huge barrier for many other first-gen students. Because conservation and marine biology, they're not seen as like lucrative fields. They're seen as just fun, you know, but it's both, as you will learn through this program. So I started in biomedical research, but luckily through my program, I got to go to a conference here at UCSB where I met who I didn't know was going to be my PhD advisor. So I got to the Hoffman lab, which is where I learned that I could do both molecular biology and marine biology all in one place. So I decided to ditch biomedical sciences and just go into marine biology. And it was a hard decision, but like you will find, there are many people here, like the mentors in this program, to support you through your decisions and to help guide you through this experience of getting more involved in conservation and environmental research. So from there, I did some research at the Bodega Marine Lab, looking at mussel communities structure in the case of terrestrial heat waves. And I also, once I graduated, I did research in the American River, looking at how climate change affects Chinook salmon physiology. And yeah, through all of that, I learned how exciting fieldwork can be, and how exciting doing all this as a first-gen student can be, because like I said, you know, or like Janine was saying, like Sochi was saying, it's hard to navigate all of this. But luckily with this program, it will be easier for everybody to, you know, get access to all these things like professional development, to stipends during the summer, which will save your life. Stipends and free housing will save your life. It's so awesome. Yeah, but I'm super excited to be a mentor for this program, and I hope you guys will apply and join.
All right, thank you, Erin. So that was just a little info session about the new FUERTE program. If anyone is interested, you can head on over to our website. I don't know if it was listed on the slides, but we can have it listed on the ONDAS First Gen web page. And it's the website is fuerte.eemb.ucsb. No, it'll be listed. There's just like a lot of acronyms in there. But yeah.
I actually have a question. Is there any requirements to apply to the FUERTE program?
No, so there's definitely no requirements. Again, we want to make this as easy and accessible to like first gen or transfer students. I guess the only thing that I can say is that it would be better if you had kind of like a couple of years, just because it is like a 3-year program, but I don't know what the restrictions are for that. But again, no requirements. This is just, we want to help get you in this field and make it as accessible to you as possible. Oh yeah, and I can quickly share my screen so that you're able to see the website.
Is it this one right here?
Yep. Can you guys see it?
Yeah.
So this is what the website looks like. It's fuerte.eemb.ucsb.edu. So you can feel free to explore this page, and on the About page, it'll list some of the, like the Welcome Week event, which we're doing right now, how recruiting works, and what are some of the financial support that we'll provide. Also some of the PIs. These are potential people that you could be doing research with, but it's not limited to these professors. We have others that are going to be mentors as well. But yeah, feel free to log on if you're looking for more information about the FUERTE program.